On March 26, 2024, the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsed into the Patapsco River. The container ship Dali had lost power and hit one of the piers. 6 maintenance workers died on the deck. The bridge itself was rated in fair condition. Forget Baltimore. The bridges that are not getting hit by ships are still falling. American bridges were designed to last 50 years. German bridges were designed to last 100. Both countries have bridges running out. America's are running out first. Pittsburgh, January 28, 2022. The Fern Hollow Bridge dropped a city bus and 4 cars 100 feet into Frick Park at 6:37 in the morning. No collision, no storm. The southwest leg gave out. NTSB investigators traced the failure to extensive corrosion in a fracture-critical tie plate in a bridge built in 1973, 49 years old. The city of Pittsburgh had been told for years to fix the drainage. They did not. Dresden, September 11, 2024. The Corolla Bridge, a pre-stressed concrete box girder spanning the Elbe, dropped a 100-meter section of its tram deck into the river at 3 in the morning. The last streetcar had crossed the bridge minutes earlier. The cause was hydrogen-induced stress corrosion cracking in the pre-stressing tendons, hidden inside the concrete since the bridge was built in 1971. 53 years old, 2 collapses, no ships, no earthquakes, just steel and concrete that ran out of time. The gap between Pittsburgh and Dresden is not random. The gap was set in the design manual decades before either of those bridges was built. Most existing American bridges were built under the older AASHTO standard specifications, where engineering practice assumed roughly 50 years of useful service. The AASHTOLRFD bridge design specifications, first published in 1994, raised the design horizon to 75 years. West German DIN technical standards have required a 100-year design life for major federal trunk road bridges since the 1960s. East German engineers built Corolla under different rules, but the bridges Germany is reinforcing today are mostly DIN-spec concrete from the post-war boom. A design horizon is not just a number, it cascades into every line of the calculation. Concrete cover thickness over reinforcing steel, fatigue margins on pre-stressing tendons, crack width limits at the soffit of a girder, reserve capacity against chloride attack. The longer the horizon, the more conservative the steel layout and the concrete mix. A West German concrete bridge built in 1973 was expected to carry traffic past 2070. A bridge built the same year in America was at the end of its design horizon by 2023. Fern Hollow collapsed at 49, right on schedule for the spec it was built to. Corolla collapsed at 53, in the part of Germany where the design philosophy never matched the West, and where post-war concrete is now under the same scrutiny as American steel. That is what should keep American taxpayers up at night. The American bridge that fell was the scheduled exit of a design philosophy that never asked for more. If you want the rest of this teardown, hit subscribe. We are going country by country, code by code, naming the bridges that built the gap. The second gap is inspection. Germany's DEN 1076 standard requires a Hauptprüfung, a full hand-closed structural inspection by a qualified bridge engineer every 6 years. 3 years after each main inspection, an Einfache Prüfung, a lighter visual check, is required by the same standard. Inspectors physically reach the steel girders, the concrete deck, the bearing pads. They take core samples. They measure carbonation depth and chloride content in the lab. The American National Bridge Inspection Standards require an inspection every 24 months, often visual, often from the road deck. The inspector who looks at the bridge this cycle often looked at it last cycle, and the cycle before that. Fern Hollow had been rated in poor condition since 2011. Inspection reports flagged corrosion and clogged drains every single cycle for 11 years. The city of Pittsburgh never sent a contractor to clean the storm drains between 2019 and the collapse. NTSB found multiple priority 2 repair recommendations every year ignored. The Corolla Bridge had been inspected on schedule under DIN 176. The corrosion that killed it was buried inside grouted pre-stressing ducts where no surface inspection could see it. Acoustic emission testing might have catch it. Eyes alone never could. Both systems can miss what is hidden. The German system catches what is visible by a margin of years. America's 24-month visual cycle is too slow for a national inventory in which 7% of bridges are already structurally deficient. The inspector cannot fix what nobody pays to repair. The third gap is money and time. The American Society of Civil Engineers gave U.S. bridges a C grade in the 2025 report card. More than 46,000 bridges, roughly 7% of the national inventory of 623,000 structures, are classified as structurally deficient. The Federal Highway Administration puts the cost to replace just the bridges in poor condition at $69.7 billion, with another $47.4 billion needed in rehabilitation. ASCE estimates the 10-year bridge funding gap at $373 billion. The Highway Trust Fund has been short of money since 2008. Your tax dollars have plugged the hole, $275 billion transferred from the Treasury's general fund to keep it solvent. CBO projects the fund will be insolvent again by 2028. Germany has the same problem. Of roughly 28,000 motorway bridges, more than 4,000 need renovation at an estimated cost of 60 billion euros. In March 2025, the German parliament passed a 500 billion euro special infrastructure fund. The German bill came due. They wrote a check. America has been writing IOUs to itself since the second Bush administration. The difference is timing, not virtue. America designed to fail at 50. Germany designed to last 100. Both countries have bridges running out. America's are running out first. The math was set in the manual 50 years ago. The bridges were built to that math. Look at the steel girders under the next overpass you drive. Rust streaks on the concrete piers are what 50-year math looks like at year 48. Every commute over a structurally deficient bridge in the United States is a small bet that the next inspector caught what mattered. Some of those bets are about to lose. If this is the kind of teardown you want more of, the next one is American versus German concrete itself. Why one cracks at 20 years and the other holds. Subscribe.